Hello. Let me get my scary reference of
Who are you gonna draw?
Archeon. Who else?
Oh, I
Who else
see.
am I gonna draw? Huh?
You have other OCs?
I don't have other OCs. I only have one, and his name is Archeon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Elias. I didn't
What
mean
is
to
Elias
lie to
then?
you.
Yeah.
No, Elias is a good boy. No, baby.
No, he doesn't exist. You don't have
No,
him.
no.
Apollo's just gonna have to get with Miriam then.
Wow. Elias just doesn't exist, huh?
Yeah, you said it.
Going to school, like
Yeah, what the heck?
like this is you.
Is that allowed?
Right, yeah, so this is you, and this is school, right? And like actually?
Oh my god, Allie, stop!
She is, isn't she? She's adorable. Wow, my girlfriend's so beautiful.
Shut up.
I'm right, Ellie's right. We all know this.
Nah.
What do you... Nah?
I didn't expect all the people to simp for me in the comments though.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Ah,
I'm
stop!
just telling you.
This dude who commissioned me before literally DM'd me and said like, wow, you're so pretty. I'm jealous of your girlfriend.
Yeah. My girlfriend's hot. That's whack as shit. Why are you going back to school?
Why are y'all going outside at all?
I go outside to walk my dog.
I don't know, but that's like an essential thing. Like, in my state, we have a stay-at-home order. So, unless it's something like, you know, getting groceries or like you working your essential job or walking your dog, because like it's animal cruelty if you just don't. Like you can't go outside and you will get fined.
Like, I have classes and shit, and I've got assignments that I'm actively ignoring. I say that, but I did my work yesterday, except for Macedonian, which... Fuck that. But, you know... Oh, mouse! Matura here is cancelled. Like, it's just like, obliterated. Well, not forever, even though a lot of people are just like, Matura should be obliterated, because it's an awful system.
But they're just not doing it for
yeah, but we're just not doing
years.
it. We're not going back to school. Matura is over. Matura is over party. So, you know, I hope your sister is in the same, or I don't know if I want to hope she's in the same position. I don't know. Yeah,
My school
card,
ends.
yeah.
Your college?
Well, you know, I'm not going in country, so it's not gonna affect me that much. But Mouse's sister is, so there's that.
Oh, the college is for your country, yeah. My university, so I actually don't know when other universities end, but at least mine ends in May, so like this month. But I only have 2 more weeks of school. And that's pretty much everything, because exams technically end on the 20th, but since no one's going to be taking physical exams, they're just due whenever, before the last exam date. So I'll, of course, do it before.
Yeah, we get let off on May 20th as well, usually. And then, you know, it's like, haha, then it's Matura time, yeah, but now we don't have that, so...
AJ and Ocean are just out here until June.
Haha. I keep, like... I hate it when we're having, like, a physical conversation, like, a conversation like this, but I'm, like, actively doing motions and, like, expecting that to count as a response to whatever you've just said, but you can't see me.
Yeah. Sitting in silence.
What is that?
161. Yeah, I think that's how many people are confirmed with having it. But I don't know the numbers for other countries. But I'm assuming that's a lot.
Oh yeah, that's fair, I guess. Wait, how are they gonna do the testing though? Like online? Someone gonna cheat.
They have to blindfold them.
Matura is basically our graduation tests. It's mostly like I would say the Balkans, but Hungary is not the Balkans, so it's like the Balkans and then some. So it's like what?
Eastern Europe.
Yes, Southern Eastern Europe. Actually, no, it's not. Anyway, so basically what it is you have 5 subjects. And you get big boy tests on them for material throughout like all 4 years of high school, and then you also have a oral exam along with that where you have to first you have a subject that you have to defend like a essay or something on, and then sometimes some subjects will require a project thing, so you know.
Matura means a broom. I like that.
Yeah. Basically, if you have it, you know it. You know what's up. So I guess my tea.
Epic fail moment.
Mouse, my tea is so cold right now. For you. Actually, let me check down the rest of this.
When it comes to anything that's not black tea, I hate drinking it when it's not hot. Like, even when it's warm.
I do have black tea though.
Yeah, like even when it's warm, like I can drink it, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. But if it's black tea, it could be any temperature. I don't care. You hate tea? I mean, to each their own.
Like, okay if you have bad taste, but... Why am I, like, attempting anything with this? Like, this is, like, just my very base sketch. I'm not gonna fucking use this later. Or I say that, but, like, I mean...
My dad used to bake brownies, but ever since the quarantine happened, and that's not even it. Like he could totally just make brownies anyways. I've just been like strictly dieting. Like I really don't treat myself at all. I've been eating the same thing every day.
My mother has like just been baking bread.
I mean, I guess my parents have been making traditional dishes now since it's Ramadan, so like that's the time where they just make all the traditional dishes. What?
Just like normal bread, plain white bread, sourdough. No,
Sourdough. That's what everyone's doing. Apple tea. I'm not a fan of fruit teas.
Oh wait, I have had apple tea, and with cinnamon, I did not like it. There's only very few fruit teas that I like, and that's just berry and mixed berries. Yeah, that's it. Everything else, I much prefer like bitter or like black teas and stuff like that.
I haven't even had bread in so long. The last time I had anything close to bread is like paratha. That's it. But it's not even bread. That's just some form of grain. My parents, so my dad loves like tea in general, so he was always drinking tea. We have so many teas in our kitchen. But my mom, she's obsessed with chai, which is just black tea essentially, but like Middle Eastern, South Asian, but yeah, we call it cha specifically, not chai. But yeah, she drinks it every single day. Every single day she drinks it.
Chai is just the word for tea in Macedonian. Like you to say like that type of tea, you say chai, but like otherwise the word for tea is just chai.
The word for tea in Bangla is cha. So I like, even if I'm talking about like not black tea, I'll just be like, I want cha. So also I'm actually Bengali, but yeah, everyone just thinks I'm Indian.
Mouse lives for like if something scorches her mouth. Mouse really be out here like, this cup of lava is really nice.
I used to be more into coffee and less into tea. The only tea I drink was black tea. But now I'm much more into tea.
Same.
I haven't drank coffee in a very long time.
I used to also I used to drink coffee so much. No, I'm not weak. I did not wait that long to drink my mulled wine. Thank you very much. You got it right out of there, and we walked 2 minutes, Mouse, and your thing was gone. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't even 2 minutes. It was across the fucking road. It was across the road, and you had already drunk it. And I was like, bitch. Ma'am. Mouse.
I could not drink black coffee. Like when I did drink coffee, there was creamer, milk, sugar, chocolate. Like I just could not. Yeah, like I was a Starbucks girl, but I never got like just black coffee.
I recently tried like my mom's Turkish coffee. Not that bad. Like it's definitely something I could get used to, but like not necessarily I'd go out of my way to have.
What an epic gamer fail. Something in our friend group, we say epic fail, an epic fail moment a lot.
Cause we're gamers.
Yeah. And we epic fail.
Poggers, mate. Fucking poggers. Poggers.
Emo Supremo, you live in Turkey but never had Turkish coffee?
But would you have to have like made it or something, right? Because like especially like when I was younger, like whenever guests would come over, they'd be like, oh, I'll go make some coffee, and it's like, okay, podges.
Podges.
Yeah, like your parents would just be like, Chupe, come make the coffee to your guest.
Wait, Mouse, did you hear about what's happening with your college? Are you still doing everything on schedule, or is it being delayed?
Oh, for summer?
Mm-hmm. Because Yeah, if Mouse can't come, then we're just doing turkey instead.
Do you mean Pogacha? Emo Supreme? Pogacha? Is that what's happening? Pogachica?
That's a really specific order, Derek.
What do you mean turkey's such an Eastern European thing? You know, it's a country. Or unless you mean Turkish coffee, then yeah. That's because the Ottoman Empire was here.
I haven't had chocolate milk in a really long time. And like, especially like chocolate milk with like the Hershey's chocolate syrup, I haven't had that since I was like maybe 8.
Emo Supreme, the Pogacha is like the bread thing, right? Pogachica, Pogacha, I don't know, like the thingy differences in like Turkey or whatever, but like here in like on the Balkans at least, that's how we say it.
Nemo Supremo says they're from Turkey, but also
I know, but I'm saying like we share a lot of like
no, Mouse asked where are you from with those accents.
Maybe we should make his feet not that big. But I just
give him the Kingdom Heartbeat. Give him the Kingdom Heartbeat.
I do like having him just like big boy. I've never been to Turkey. My sister went to Turkey over like New Year's with her boyfriend.
I was telling my dad about Turkey, so he's been there as well. And remember how you were saying that like, oh, people don't really speak English there, like that's not like a main language they know. And in the videos we watched confirm that. I told that to my dad, he was like, oh, you're crazy. They definitely speak English there. I'm like, Abu, like I literally looked like I looked at videos and like Zach told me her sister experienced this. How are you gonna deny that? And he was like, yeah, but I've been there and they spoke English, but how are you gonna deny other experiences?
I mean, you know, your experiences aren't universal.
Like, my dad can speak Arabic and stuff, he can get around. He didn't have the struggle.
Listen, Mouse, there's like a lot of things in this area that we have from the Turks because they were here for like a good 200 years or so. You know, like gezve, for example. Gezve isn't like a Slav word or a Hungarian word, it's a Turkish thing for the little thing that you make the coffee in. Or like shit like mashallah. That's not our thing.
Mashallah.
Yeah,
my dad was saying it all the time. He was saying it all the time. I show my drawing.
That's like a very old person
mashallah, that's
do.
so good. Yeah. It just God bless, basically.
Yeah, I know, but it's here. It's also used like not in like sarcastic, but just like like nice for you kind of a thing where it can be used for like you've gotten yourself dirty. God bless, like you're such a fucking mess, you know.
No, like endearingly. Oh, you're so dumb, mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah. But like that's not like an our thing. Slavs are like mainly like Orthodox Christians. At least like the white ones are. So it's like, yeah, we have like a lot of like things left over from like the Ottoman Empire.
Also, Ali, my family is Muslim. I personally am not anymore. I don't practice it, but my entire family is.
I can't remember. Did I give him 3 or 4? Where's my thing? Not getting 3.
3 or 4 what? Toast?
Get his ass.
Yerky. Type in the group chat. My dad is like the most supporting person ever. He literally said, as long as you're happy.
Like her dad is the most like sorry.
My dad is heaven sent.
Not only that, but it's like sorry everyone, this is the ideal man. You may not like it, but it's true.
Yeah, my dad is like literally one of my best friends.
I need to pull up how I drew my boy. Let me pull up the fucking.
I'm sorry, Derek. Yeah, I will say my mom is not like that, but I'm lucky that I have my dad.
Your dad's quite the pug champ.
Literally, when I came out to my dad, I was like so afraid because I have such a close relationship to him. But when I came out, I literally was like about to cry because I didn't know how he was gonna react. But he was just sitting there in silence and he was like, nothing's changed between us. Like, you know, like as long as you're happy. That was straight up like that was it. But then I was still like sobbing because because I was so scared. I was like, oh no, I don't want anything to change. And he's like, yeah, nothing's changed. He's like, you're still my daughter and everything. Like as long as like literally he kept like reiterating like as long as you're happy and that nothing has changed and that like it like I had such a positive experience with that. But you know that was because of the relationship I had with my dad. Like my mom doesn't know. Like I really doubt that it would go as well with my mom. My dad used to not be supportive, but that comes from a place of ignorance and just not knowing. And like having what you do know about them be from like unreliable sources. Like as in the gays. Yeah, so like I basically had to warm my dad up to the idea of it like over the course of several years because he used to not be very accepting. But yeah, now he's an ally. And also, like, it helps that the fact that, like, a lot of my closest friends are also, like, gay or, like, a part of the LGBTQ plus community. So, and, you know, my dad, like, he's always been supportive of me. So he, like, knows and loves my friends. He knows that, like, I'm, like, you know, I wouldn't mess with, like, the wrong crowd or whatever. Like, and he trusts me in everything I do. What was I gonna say? Also, like, with art specifically, my dad, like, was always supportive of me, like, pursuing art as, like, a career, like, you know, something serious. But, because originally I actually was going into university for, like, biology and physiology, and, like, you know, it's something my mom would be proud of, because that makes money. But then I switched to art, and, like, my dad was like, if this makes you happy, if you want to do this. But my mom was straight up like, I can't believe you did this, and she cried about it. She cried that I switched to art.
That's honestly real tragic.
Yeah. And see, my mom is not an absolute angel, so I'm even more scared about telling her anything. I definitely, one time I was talking to my mom about it, she literally, she's so disappointed in a lot of things I do.
Oh, like, you can go on, but...
Yeah, she's so disappointed in a lot of things I do, even though, like, it's not that bad. Anyways, when she was questioning me about why I am the way that I am, like, I don't know, but, I mentioned how she said something that was, like, mildly homophobic, and then it hurt me because, like I said, a lot of my friends are LGBTQ+, and then I was like, yeah, well, you know, like, so-and-so are gay, and so-and-so, and, like, whatever, and then she literally said, this is why you're the way that you are, and that hurts so much. Like,
damn, I came back and you hurting, swallow my baby.
Yeah, she literally, and it hurt because not only did she literally, like, you know, target my friends that way, but, like, unknowingly she targeted me because she doesn't know that I'm literally like them.
That's a real F in the chat moment.
Mm-hmm. Or sorry for Zach.
Zuri's talking.
Yeah. We are the same.
Can I? I always go to draw like his actual like if he's
human legs, not dicks.
And then I forget that at some point this probably looks like a bird thingy like that, but you know. I use Sai too, Derek. No.
Side 2 has a lot more options.
Yeah. Although this update did fuck up a bit of the smoothness and it annoys me, but it's definitely not like the biggest whoopsie daisy.
Side 2, so it's like Paint Tool Side 2 because the developer of Side 1, which is like Easy Paint Tool Side, made a second version.
It's still in beta.
Yeah, it's still having frequent updates. Toilet layouts. Mouse is the plumber here.
I need to do a office layout, or not even an office layout. I think it's like so based on a picture or something of a space, I'm supposed to make the like map out, like how it would translate onto like a floor plan. And I'm like, girl, what? One, out like, we have not covered. Well, I mean, I guess we kind of covered this, but like, do I look? I mean, I guess if it's my job, but I'm so lazy.
Allie's got a question for you because I don't use Sai anymore.
Honestly, if you're used to the fire alpaca things, just use the default brush. It's like pretty similar.
Okay, let's see. Mouse's toilet lit. Ooh!
Turlet? Let's see.
Turlet, flushing down the turlet.
Flushed emoji. I had to do turlet layouts because I had to make a thing for a company layout of like general office spaces, given a like specific parameter, and then they're like, but you must also include turlet.
I know none of the chat can see this, but Mouse, what is this one on the bottom left? Like, do you walk through some sinks and then you're met with the stalls?
Which one?
Do you see the one on the bottom left? Do you walk through a room of... I think that, no, it's the case with all of them. You just walk through a room of sinks first and then you're met with the stalls.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Damn.
That's like pretty common in like shopping malls. With smaller spaces, or like that's like, I don't know, optimized spaces or something. It's like, it's first at division and then...
I clearly know this is not for residential homes. No residential home has like 3 toilets next to each other.
Well,
like...
no. Damn, Electro. That's a little sad.
Oh, funny, Ali, how you think Paintil Sai feels scratchy.
Yeah, that is a little strange, but I guess like for alpaca is like a little like some of the brushes feel super glossy, which is why I really liked it for like animation things for a while. Honestly, like have the stabilizer low. One thing that you can do is with this, like play around with this. I usually have it on this side towards the left, because the harder you press, the more like size you're gonna get, and the less you press, like the tinier it's gonna go. And that for me personally makes it feel like nice and glossy. It's very specific brushes for me on Far Alpaca.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what I'm so used to Photoshop. I'm the only one here that's gonna like
Photoshop.
Yeah, because I use Photoshop. But anyways, like I acknowledge its weaknesses. I still like it though.
The fucking bucket tool.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to me. Okay. Anyways, so I was gonna say Photoshop. So I used to use Sai before I switched to Photoshop. So I was very accustomed to the smoothness. And one of the reasons I couldn't use Photoshop before is because it did not have like a natural stabilizer. It does now, but it doesn't work as good as Sai's. But like I couldn't get accustomed to like how loose and like just like stiff everything felt, because like it wasn't like, it didn't slide naturally like it did in Sai. But at some point I was like, let me try out Photoshop, and just it felt natural. Like I could draw and like not feel like I was like fighting what I'm drawing. So then I like, just started using Photoshop as like my main thing, and I got used to Photoshop. I've been drawing in Photoshop for like almost 4 years now, as my main program. But when I went back to Sai like 2 years ago, it just felt so foreign. Like everything was so weirdly smooth, and I just couldn't do it.
I actually like the sort of pull that Photoshop has. I just think as a whole it's a clunky program for.
I can see that, but it satisfies all my needs.
Oh yeah, like you can definitely, I'm not saying it's unusable, but like for the price, for everything, like taking everything into account, it's like am I a joke to you?
Bye, Ali.
Bye, Ali. Or Ollie.
Yeah, I like definitely. So that's my main issue with. Okay, so what I used to do is, how Sai has like, Zach's using it right now, has the canvas flip thing, which just flips the view. So before I would do that in Photoshop, but I had a shortcut set, and it didn't actually flip the view. What it did, it flipped the whole canvas. But that would be sufficient. But the only thing is, when you have like a really big canvas, or like a lot of layers and stuff, it might get slow. So when you do that, it takes like a second or two to flip. Because it's flipping the whole image. It doesn't just flip the view. But I like based on Zach's recommendation, I switched my shortcut to be the one that actually just flips the view instead.
But your brushes.
And it was and it was much more efficient because it was quicker. I didn't have to wait, and it was nice. But I was like, wait, something feels funny, and I couldn't figure it out. And it took me a whole day. And I realized the reason it felt funny was because it flipped the view, but my brushes behaved as though they were still on the previous view. So like if my brush was angled like diagonally, like /, then even when it's flipped, then it would draw backward / even though my brush preview is /, because it only flips the view, not the canvas. So my brush still operates with the original canvas.
Is really stupid.
It's so ugly. So what I ended up doing was, now I have 2 shortcuts, one to flip the view and one to flip the canvas. So when I really need to have the canvas flip, but then also need the brush to be in this orientation, I'll just flip it like the entire thing.
I don't like
one of my. But yeah, that's just one of my issues. Like, yeah, it's workaroundable, but it's just annoying that I have to do that.
It's just so much effort. For who? For what? For this bitch?
Yeah, but like I said, I need Photoshop. Like the things that I'm drawing right now just cannot be done elsewhere. This girl started messaging me yesterday, like what program I use to draw. No, she said what app I use, and I was like, oh, I use Photoshop. And she's like, can you take a screenshot? I can't find it in the app store. Is it for Android? And I was like, oh no, it's like I draw on the computer, like I draw on desktop. And she's like, how do you do that? And then I was telling her about tablets, and then she kept asking me more questions, and like
So I explained the whole thing of tablets. I was like, just you gotta kind of look into it yourself because there's different brands and everything. And then she said, okay, thank you. And she's like, do you want to be my friend? But she kept saying FRI, so do you want to be my fry? And I was like, I'm sorry, like, this is a very inorganic way to start a friendship, so no. And then she was like, it's okay if you don't want to be my friend. How old are you? And she also asked for my full name, and I was like, okay, I can answer those because they're on my bio. And then she was like, what university do you study? And I was like, okay, this is getting way too personal. I don't know you.
I guess that's their, like, of like, okay, that was our inorganic, so is this how you engage with the friendships?
No.
I had a similar thing where this person was like, hey, can I ask you a few questions? I was like, sure, go ahead. And they asked me like some really technical questions, you know, program, tile specifications, computer specifications, blah 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 blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, you know, those are things people want to know, and I told them, and then I linked them also my FAQ for other shit, and then, like, because all of this was framed very, like, formal and business inquiry, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then, yeah, they hit me with the, you want to be friends? And I was like, ew, buddy. I was like, I told them, I was like,
yeah, I hate when people do that because, like, I feel rude saying no, but I don't want to be their friends because I don't know you. Like, I haven't invested in you.
I don't know you like that. And also, it's a weird, like, semi-power imbalance. Because it's like, you already kind of know me through, like, social media and art, but I don't really know you. And it's like, it's just, like, weird.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, sometimes...
And also, it usually feels inorganic also because it's, like, so one, no one just says, do you want to be friends? Like, that's not how friendships develop. But also, it, like, especially, like, when, like, there is that power imbalance, like, you know, like, you like, have a platform, like, you know, you have an audience and everything. It usually feels like they're trying to get something out of it, being your friend.
Yeah, or, like, the reason why they want to be your friend is because, oh, well, you seem cool, but, like, you also, like, do, like, art and famous semi, and it's like, whoa there, buddy. Let's calm down. Let's think about this for 2 seconds. Let me open up Pinterest. But it's just a very strange way to ask someone to be friends, especially if, like, it's different if you guys have been talking for, like, a few days and it's, like, more friendly, and then you ask, are we, like, friends? It's still a little weird, but...
That's what I'm saying. So, like, every single person on Instagram that I've become friends with, it's been from, like, us just, like, commenting or, like, responding to each other's stories and just, like, talking casually, but then it's gotten to the point where we talk enough where it's, like, it's kind of just assumed we're friends now, but, like, the more, like, even if we talk casually and they say, hey, are we friends? That's still really weird to me. Like, it's just, I feel like when you have to ask if you're friends, like, that's where it becomes very inorganic. That's where it becomes forced.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that.
Also, Mouse, I have no idea what thing you're talking about because I never use Photoshop for PDFs.
That's weird. I usually, I use Photoshop for PDFs because I need it for, like, compiled stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I've never had, like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Also, yeah, Zach, do you have any tips for learning anatomy and body types?
Look at people, then do.
Okay, Zach was very unhelpful there. Yeah, so look at people, so that's observation. Observation is, like, a very important thing when trying to learn anything, and it's not just observation through the form of study, but just actually when you're, like, out and about, like, you know, actually look at people. Like, sometimes I'll be looking at my dad's profile view and, like, learning things like, oh, like, the recesses of the face, natural wrinkles, things like that. But I've said this before in a previous stream, but when you look at something, like, just surface level, you're not really seeing the way something works, like, or, like, why it is. But then when you look at something through, like, the lens of wanting to, like, learn.
Like an
Like,
analytical lens.
Yeah, like with trees, for example, like people know how trees generally look, but like when you draw branches, you don't like most people don't understand about like the fractal nature of it, like how it's constantly dividing into smaller branches, and like that's something that like you're more likely going to look at if you're like actually understanding the way that branches form. So it's things like that. Like when you are looking at legs, you know, it's not just you're like, oh, it's two like
Two
you know
meat clumps slapping
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, like two like just like cylindrical forms. Like you're like when you're actually looking at it with the intention of like learning how the structure is, you're going to pay attention to like the muscle groups of the legs, or like where the fat tends to form, or even like the prominent areas where the bone comes out, things like that. So it's like, you know, being observant but analytically, as Zach said. But then also it's
Also,
so reference.
like breaking shit down into simple shapes, or like just like tracing over things to like properly understand how they function can help.
Yeah, it can help. It doesn't always help, but it can.
Like it just depends on how you learn, really. Because for me, I need to like go in, trace over it, and do my own breakdowns of like whatever it is, like faces or bodies or whatever. Like I need to go in and like do the outline, then do the breakdown, and then put it into shapes or whatever for me to be like, okay, now I grasp this, now I understand it. So like marry your learning language with whatever you're trying to study.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I personally don't need to do that. Like, I just do close observation, and when I'm trying to learn something, I might do studies, but because I'm like, once again, I'm not just studying for the sake of like redrawing what I'm seeing. I'm redrawing it while I'm like, you know, while I'm looking to understand something. So I'll let's say I'm doing a study of an arm, I'll even if like it's a very particular study, so like it's a very particular angle or like pose, like let's say it's like someone holding a gun, let's say, even if it's a very specific, like, you know, pose or angle of them holding a gun, just doing the study, I'll look to see things like how do the fingers overlap, or like, you know, how does it wrap around the gun, or like, you know, how does gravity like impact, like, you know, like you know, the natural sag of the skin, things like that. I look after that, because then even though that was a very specific study, I can apply, and it's like, you know, more things that I learned from that into like a future drawing, so it doesn't feel so specific to that one pose or angle.
Let's say hypothetically that you've been a bad girl.
Stop. Naughty girl.
Now, would it be fair to say that
No.
because... Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
It will not be fair to say.
Okay. Well, let's say, hypothetically, okay? Hypothetically, if the water levels did rise 5 feet, let's say even 10 feet, and...
Sell your houses to who, Ben?
Fucking Aquaman!
Yeah, I don't think Ben is aware that, like, not everyone that tries to sell a house can successfully sell it.
I don't think he understands how a lot of things work.
No, I understand that, but, like, if you ever go on, like, you know, a realtor website or something, that's why there's houses that have been on the market for a long time, because they just can't be sold, and that's why they have, like, price drops and stuff like that, because it's, like, they're just trying to sell it. Like, not every house is successfully... Like, I remember seeing a house once that tried to be sold 3 different times on 3 different years. It was a beautiful house, just no one wanted to buy it.
Like, there's things like price, where it is, the condition that it's in. Like, no one's gonna
history, like if someone was murdered there.
Oh yeah, that's true. Or other like crime-related things, like drugs or like gang stuff, or, you know, whatever it may be. If it's got like a fucking news thing attached to it, most people will not, like, you know. And they made the point he wasn't being stupid? He didn't mean they'd sell it? That's interesting.
I think he was being stupid, because, yeah, they could sell it, but once again, to who? If the water levels are rising, and that means no one's gonna buy houses that are just going to immediately, like, drown over.
Again, like what Zuri said, just because you can do something doesn't mean it's gonna happen. No one's gonna buy a house that's in a dangerous area. Like, that's in, like, risk of, like, thingy, whatever. And you
especially
need
because
time.
houses, like, literally purchasing a house is a long-term investment.
Mhm.
Like, so, like, if water levels are rising, let's say, oh, like you know,
Let's say.
in 5 years, you know, like your house will be like 10 feet underwater. No one's gonna buy that house because usually people, when they get like a mortgage for something, it's anywhere between like it's honestly on average like 30 years. Like you're gonna pay off the entirety of the house within 30 years. I have birds outside, they're chirping.
Yes, Zurian has birds. Like, it's such a weird logic. Oh, well, they could sell their houses. Well, yeah, they... That's like a very surface level way of looking at it.
Yeah, and if they do buy the house, then what is like?
Then what are those people gonna do?
Yeah, live underwater.
Oh no, like, but
Well, but
again,
once again, that means it's possible, but that's not going to be the reality.
But also again, what about the people who do buy the houses? Because then, like, that's another issue. Like, because those people have bought the house, like just because you've solved quote unquote one problem, you've basically just pushed aside the problem to someone else.
I was gonna
so
say,
the problem
like,
is still there.
Realtors already are expertise in that, where they can, like, you know, talk up a house and make it seem much better than it really is.
Slaps
Like,
this baby can fit in so many clowns.
But yeah, like, that's like, just because it can be sold doesn't mean it will, especially if people are aware of, like, you know, the long-term issue of, for example, in this case, you know, the water levels rising. They're probably going to be more hesitant of buying, like, a waterfront or, like, you know, house near water.
Okay, one, I will talk about that in a small Pandora because there's many and I will go off. Two, do you mean the singer Girl in Red?
The song Girls in Red.
Oh, no. Well, no, that's a different art. That's a different thing, though.
That's a different thing entirely. Like, anyone can sell anything in capitalism if you can talk it up enough.
You can sell anything. Like, that's not, like, we've been, like, I didn't need a video essay to know that, but, like, we're talking about specifically this prompt and the solution to the
selling your houses if the water levels are rising.
Yeah. Also, let's go. One. Just, and this is like, doesn't even have to be romantic. Big and tiny.
Tegrin and Maya.
Tegrin and Maya.
Even though they're only 1 foot apart, you want to draw them Maya tiny.
Maya tiny, Tegrin big. Maya tiny, Tegrin big.
Maya's my D&D character in the campaign that Zach is running, rather DMing for, and Tegrin is our friend Lucas's character. But Tegrin is, paprika! Tegrin is 6'9" and Maya is 5'9", but Zach loves to draw this height difference.
Look how cute it is! Look how adorable! You're telling, like, I was talking about this with Mouse. Sometimes it's not about canonical heights, it's about the way that they feel. Because for example, like both Mouse and I agree on this, whenever whenever John picks up Goulash, I always imagine like, oh, Goulash is
he's tiny. He's like
tiny
1 foot tall.
Even though he's like, what, a meter
3 foot.
A meter something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the song Girls by Girl in Red.
Yes, I know song. I am lesbian.
Yeah. We have playlists for each other, and we have Girl in Red in both of our playlists.
Yeah. Yeah, same vibe. So one, like, I love it, especially in like romantic senses, but it doesn't have to be romantic senses because this ties into my other favorite trope, which is found
family.
Can't even get me to stop. Oh, gosh. Oh, I could get teary-eyed thinking about found family trope. So take me now, like. It is such it is the best trope. I will die on this hill. It is such a good trope. I'm so passionate about the trope. Oh god, it's so good. But like anything where it's like the shape dynamics are that like that where it's like haha big shut up mouse but like big and tiny and then you add it to like maybe like a romantic thing or found family and then it's like wow, I love this is amazing, this is great, this is beautiful. Other trope that I like is like stupid himbo and very tired, and that's like
Elias and Apollo.
yeah, like it's genuinely one of my favorite like dynamics of just like the person who's tired and bonus if they're kind of emo or full emo, and then you have the jock himbo who is just like hi, I'm an idiot, or I'm reckless, like for example Bumblebee, we've got jock, yang, emo, Blake, and I was gonna say Catra because I was also thinking of Catra, the emo one, Dora, the jock,
Shira and Adora.
Who said that last night? AJ?
It wasn't last night. AJ said something else, but but AJ did say Shira and Adora like a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. Listen, Ruby, shut up now. Shut up. I will say though, like the dynamic between Crow and Clover, which is just like a different flavored tired and himbo, which is like cocky bastard and other bastard who's not cocky. And they're both competitive. Ooh.
Hello, Jasper.
Hello, Jasper. Other things that I like are, and this is like Cachadora and Taekwon Crow, characters with complicated pasts, whether it be with each other or just things in general, and then later coming back together, and then hurt and comfort, mixing some found family.
Yeah, the found family really hits you hard.
Well.
Yeah, that like when you cried with the reverse found family, lost family. So you guys didn't know, but we watched Castlevania. Like we finished season
oh my god.
We finished season 2
I'm
like
getting
last
tears.
week, and literally. So oh my god, I don't want to give spoilers though, but like it has to happen. Like so we like both like the people we were watching with, we love like Alucard and his group, so like Sci-Fi and Trevor, but we also love Dracula. We love them both, but like both of them couldn't win. One of them had to die, so of course it was Dracula because he's the villain or whatever. But when when it happened, we all cried dead ass. Every single one of us shed tears except for Lucas. He didn't. He has no heart. But all of us, all of us shed tears, and we all took pictures of ourselves and put it in chat because we actually were all sobbing.
It is my enemy. Like it's literally my anti-favorite trope. How am I not supposed to like die? Like tell me.
Zach took it the hardest. So AJ and I, we both cried, and you can see it in our watery face and like the natural redness. But like Zach had like her whole face was wet. She was drenched. She was she literally was crying.
I was so. Again, it's the opposite of my favorite trope. How am I not? And plus, Alucard is my favorite of, like, the entire gang. Like, don't get me wrong, Trevor's amazing, Saf is amazing.
Alucard's my favorite as well. Listen, it hit, like, so, Zach, her thing is found family, like, and her weakness is also reverse found family, but for me, like that's the case with paternal relationships. A father and their child, whether it be a daughter or a son, like if like anytime, so if it's something sad or if it's something happy, but anything involving a paternal relationship gets me. And it's because I've already mentioned this, I'm super close to my dad, so almost every single time I've ever cried for something had to do with a father-child relationship. Oops, you cut off his arm.
Shh. No one said
But
that.
yeah, that's why it hit me, because like Alucard, he like, oh, I'm killing my boy. Oh, no!
I'm sorry. We're killing our boy.
This is your room. Ah! I'm killing the last gift you gave to me. Ah!
I have tears. I have tears right now.
I'm
Ugh.
sorry.
I love my family. I'm gonna like yell. That shit hurted.
That's why in Interstellar, remember when we watched Interstellar and we also both cried?
Yes.
It happened. We both had really like red faces filled with tears. But the reason that hit me so hard was because of the father-daughter relationship. It literally killed me.
The ending?
To Interstellar?
Yeah. It's so sad actually.
It doesn't matter if they're adopted to me, like, because I feel like relationships are stronger than blood. So like they transcend blood relations. So just anything involving a paternal figure and a child get me.
Like, for example, like one of the reasons why I like in Ruby, Crow is the uncle to both Yang and Ruby, or rather like biologically to Ruby and then through like, you know, like whatever with Yang, and I don't like their dynamic to me is still very much found family, because the fact that they're related is like means nothing for a good chunk of it, because Crow is kind of absent and then he comes back and then he earns his place back into sort of the family dynamic, and he steps up as a sort of like a figure in their lives, and that shit
Hits.
that shit hits. So it's like, it's not just about like blood relations, because that's like one of the reasons like why I super love like found family, is that it doesn't rely on blood relations, but even like blood relation things can be found family, because you know, it's at the end of the day it's about building relationships.
So one movie that used to be my favorite movie and had me sobbing as well, to Leon the Professional, and that is also found family. Like, have you ever seen Leon the Professional?
I have.
You have? Okay. So literally, Leon's relationship with Matilda, I cried, okay? Before Interstellar, that movie was the one that would always get me to cry, but now Interstellar gets me to cry instantly. And it was because, like, even though it's with Matilda, she saw it as more romantic, like, to Leon, that was his daughter, that was his, like, that was his child. And, like, the self-sacrifice and, like, you know, the intensity that, like, you know, of love that he felt for her, that he would self-sacrifice just to see that, you know, she got out of it alive, that kind of, you know, that hurt me. So yeah, it doesn't have to be related at all. It's just that, like, the same general dynamic of the relationship, where it's like, you know, you have a nurturing and, like, you know, caring figure, and like you have, like, it doesn't even have to be that, like, it's literally like it, like the way that they treat each other, as long as like there is some sort of like nurturing in there, but like it doesn't even have to be like paternal. But like, yeah, it's just a family kind of relationship. So, like, it could be like, you know, a brother, for example, like an older brother. Like, yeah, just a like familial guardian
figure.
Yeah, guardian kind of person, like literally a guardian, and like someone that they're taking care of. That stuff hits me.
God. And one of my favorite like tropes to read in fanfic is hurt and comfort. Oof. That's spicy meatball. Oh, don't get me started. A big disappointment. That's how that that describes BBC Sherlock so well, actually. Homeboy, I stayed with that for so long. I was like, this is gonna get better, right? It's gonna get good. I like this so far.
We were literally talking about Sherlock Holmes earlier, because she wanted to watch like whodunit kind of shows, like murder mystery was like, every episode is like another mystery to solve. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's look into some. But she specifically likes like the British style one, like BBC kind of whodunit shows. But she was like, but not like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, like we were looking at things like thinking, what did it even? Martle, is that one of them? I said Martle. I couldn't remember Marple. I'm thinking like she's in Midsummer Murders and everything, but she's already watched that. But if Prime Suspect and then there were none. Freaking Fargo, Columbo, like yeah, just whodunit shows.
Fargo, Columbo, Himbo.
Dumbo.
Cop show where it's just a bunch of himbos and they solve the murders by getting lucky.
You mean Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No, they're good. They're good cops. They're just also kind of himbo sometimes. It's on. Yeah, I love murder mysteries. I generally like to plan at least one murder mystery in all of my campaigns. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know when you guys will get to it. But I love murder mysteries. They're super entertaining to me. I love the dynamics in them. Like, I like murder mysteries. I used to watch a lot of shit back in the day. Like, I watched Supernatural.
I also watched Supernatural.
And I watched it till like, what, season, I want to say 9.
I also watched until season 9.
Nice. And then I was like, you know what, bro? I am so tired.
Yeah, I never picked it back up after that.
I'm just real fucking tired of this shit. I'm done. Castiel, my boy, even though I love you, I'm out.
What do you mean your walk went really short? Like, is it because of like the time? Like, do they have like windows in which you can go out like they do in Macedonia? Also with art block, see, when I don't actually really, lately, I don't really get art block. I just, because I can always draw something, it's just I need to have like a certain amount of motivation to actually draw. But I could draw when I'm motivated, but I just don't like to. But yeah, I haven't gotten art block in a very long time. I used to get it all the time when I was in high school, but like, I'm like overflowing with ideas now, so I never have it.
I'm past the need for art block. One, I just kind of try different things until something sticks, eventually until like it just goes away. Sometimes you need to take a break, sometimes it's just like, sometimes you just need something new, something different, switching programs, switching brushes, not drawing, just, taking a break. Sometimes it's just a matter of just like sitting through it.
Sometimes it's also inspiration, because in high school when I did get art block, it's because I was always uninspired. Like I just never knew what to draw. And I drew a lot more fan art in high school than I do now. Like I almost never draw fan art now. It's always original art. But back in high school, like I only ever enjoyed what I drew when I drew fan art, because like I just was always uninspired to draw original art.
Also, villain falling in love with the hair. Ooh, that's a big brain move. But that can go 2 ways, and okay.
Megamind.
Megamind. Okay, that can go 2 ways, and both of those are very sexy. So, 1, villain gets redeemed, or villain was never like entirely banned to begin with. Think Zuko, Katra.
I know what I was about to say. Freaking Genghis Khan by freaking Mike Snow.
Oh yeah, the video Genghis Khan. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And then they like they get good because they weren't really like bad to begin with. They were just like because of circumstance or whatever they
Draco Malfoy.
yeah. That could have been handled better, but okay. And then they become good, and then like there's like the. And, like, between that time where they're, like, bad, questioning being bad, kind of turning good, then turning good, you know, it's like, they have those very sexy moments with the hero, you know, the fucking takes the hilt of my sword, like, lifts your chin up kind of shit. Yeah, that, tasty.
Lift your head up, king.
But then there's, like, the other side where it's, like, they've just, like, descended so far into villainy and madness, and, like, the love for the other person kind of fuels that because they don't love them back, and then it's just like, ooh, that's tasty. You don't deserve redemption, and that's kind of hot.
Me waiting for Hector to be redeemed.
Oh, Hector, our boy Hector.
Listen, I can only feel a thread of sympathy for him because
No,
he had so many opportunities to get out of it. So many opportunities.
Listen, he's growing some balls now. Sometimes you just need character development.
Yeah, why couldn't he grow balls? Literally, like those 3 opportunities he had to leave.
Listen, sometimes
No.
you make bad decisions. Let people make mistakes.
No.
Yes.
Now Isaac's after his ass.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna be mad if, like, Isaac kills him. I'll be a little sad. Also, let me switch these volumes because they're, like, ending. Anyway. I'm not gonna be super mad if Isaac kills him, but, you know.
Listen, I stand on Isaac. I love him.
I know, me too. Isaac is so good. And now
We're talking about the characters from... Yeah, we're talking about characters from Castlevania. Hector from Coco. No, we're not talking about Coco. I've never seen Coco.
Me either. I haven't seen a lot of new animated movies. That's because I'm kind of tired of, like, Disney and Pixar.
I do want to see Coco though, because everyone told me it's like amazing. I just haven't seen it. It stands Hector from I've never even seen Coco Mouse. You can't even say that. Yeah, I do want to watch it eventually. You know what? Maybe I'll add it to the list of movies.
Is it not on the list of movies?
It's actually not.
What? That's actually criminal, though.
Let me actually see what other like Disney movies to add, because I know Lucas and Andy have not seen like 90% of Disney movies. Coco. Criminal. Like when we watched Hercules, that was like Lucas's first time seeing Hercules.
What?
Yeah.
This is such a good soundtrack, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Mouse. The little dot eyes have to go now.
Ooh, we're watching John Wick 2 tonight.
Oh,
It's gonna be a
nice.
huge squad, yeah.
I'm gonna
Like 6 of
I'm gonna
us.
dip.
You're gonna be sleeping. It's gonna be at 10 p.m. That's gonna
I
be 4
see.
a.m. for you. Yeah.
You don't know my life. I could be awake.
I do know your life. You'll not stay up that long.
You don't know my life.
Also, you know what's in this list? When Marnie was there, and I want you to watch it.
No!
Please.
I don't know what that is.
It's someone that you got queer baited on.
Yeah, I know. I don't want. I refuse. I refuse, Zareen. I
Please.
refuse.
I refuse to watch Kiki's Delivery Service with you unless you watch When Marnie Was There With Me.
Why would you deny yourself that experience?
Yeah, so that way you can watch When Marnie Was There With Me.
No.
Why?
Here's why.
Because you got queer baited, that doesn't mean the movie isn't good. Like it's like I literally.
uninterested. I'm uninterested.
But why?
I'm uninterested. That is just some frustrations that I don't want to deal with.
That's your fault for assuming there was anything more. Exactly! Why would you watch the movie with me, please?
Why do you want to watch it?
Because when I literally looked up, like, critically acclaimed Japanese, like, animated movies, that was one I kept seeing when Marnie was there.
That's okay. Not everything's for everyone.
Please, Zach, why would you watch it with me?
You know why.
Please.
I'll think about it.
Because without you, I have very little interest to watch it. I want to watch it with you.
But why do you want to watch it with me?
Because I want to watch everything with you.
You're cute. But you're already making me watch Anohana.
Okay, but once again, I've already watched Anohana. If anything, I'm making myself cry again.
So you just like to torture me.
And also, you wanted to watch Anohana. I just knew you wouldn't ever do it unless someone pushed you for it.
So do I really want to watch Anohana?
Yeah, you do. You're just afraid of yourself. You're afraid of catching feels.
That's true, but that doesn't mean it has to extend to when Marnie was here.
Yeah, it does. We have some bad movies on here. We have Flushed Away and Chicken Little.
How dare you say Chicken Little's a bad movie?
How dare you say it's a good one?
Because it is. No one liked Juice because he spoke the truth.
Give me one quote from Chicken Little that isn't the sky falling. Give me one quote.
I don't know, I haven't watched it in a long time.
Exactly, I can give you quotes.
I haven't watched Monsters Inc. in a long time, doesn't mean it's not good.
Ooh, Monsters Inc. We should add that.
Yeah. Do you want to watch it again, Mouse? I want to watch it.
The Sonic movie's on here, yeah. I've already seen it, but I'll watch it again. When I saw it with Stephanie, we were the only ones in the theater, so we could be loud and obnoxious because there's no one there. What the heck is Coco? There it is.
I don't mind these eyes, but they're not kind enough.
Mmm.
I need
More
to
of a
give
downward
that.
tilt on the corners. Yeah, Claude, so we have two lists. We have just watching the movie, watching movies with the Chads list, which is just, we took everyone's suggestions of movies they wanted to watch. And then we have another movie, which is Chad Christmas, so specifically Christmas movies, and Claus is in there. Also, I watched Legally Blonde like 3,000 times, but I added it because I love Legally Blonde.
Well, one, what period are they from for outfits, right? Then, like, how are they like in life? Like, usually I like to assign, tropes to my characters, for convenience sake, and also because I like to. And then, like, once you assign those things, and if their profession doesn't take into account, how they dress, because, like, for example, because Archeon is traveler, he does a lot of travel, he's not gonna change his clothes much, his clothes kind of reflect what he needs. So for example, like, this is tucked, this is at the back, so let me go here. This over here is like, now I've made it so it's a slit, but initially it's just like this, where his wings can technically move. Listen, big sleeve, big pant, big bow is beautiful, okay? But that's just my aesthetics. It's also nice to have, like, boards with inspiration for it.
Yeah, I was just about to mention, so a D&D character I want to make, like, I created an entire board for him just because I was like, there's so much involved in his design process that, like, I can't just have, like, one section. So I created a board, and they have different sections, like, one for outfits, one for, like, tattoos, things like that. But for the outfits, like, all I have, like, if you see it, it's just epitome of goth, but it's, like, high fashion goth. So and like he's a vampire, so because he's a vampire, I was thinking about things like covering skin, so like like high collars, like like gloves,
practicality.
Also what is it like? But like he has like like I say a case, but like either a cape or a cloak or something to cover his form up even more and like additional cover. But like I also want convenience because he's a sorcerer, so I like a lot of the capes I have saved are the ones where you could like you have the arm slots, so you can just easily put your arms through. And then also I was looking at like like the so I thought so much about like how he covers up. I didn't want an umbrella, so I gave him a long brim hat. But like on his long brim hat, like he wears like a veil kind of thing, like that is around the hat, so that way that's an added layer of like like shroud from the sun. But it's things like that. So like I had an idea in mind which was goth, and then I just worked that for like his character, like his personality, which is like like I said, high fashion, but also like the practicality of him being a vampire needing to like cover up.
A lot of my OCs, at least for D&D, their aesthetic is based around their their class and their needs. Especially their needs, because a lot of the times I have characters who are a little more monstrous or have like a monster aspect to them that like is an active transformation, or where it's like, for example, with Archeon, where he just has the big wings, so he has to accommodate for those big wings, right? There's also like mechanics in D&D where it's like, oh, if you have leather armor, you can't fly unless it's been tailored to your thingy, and tailoring your outfit or like purchased leather armor costs like half of what the base price is or whatever, blah 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 blah. And then I'll open up my thingy for Elias. Let me just make sure it's the right one. OCs. No, not in OCs. It's not an OC. I'm stupid. Tiger Man? Yeah, Tiger Man. So, with Elias, I hate how messy these are. This is not the one where I organized it. Whatever. So with Elias, he has like these alternate outfits, where one, that's casual, but two, the reason why he has like this cloak thingy even like around his waist is because he's a were-tiger, so he transforms into like a big tiger man. So to sort of counteract that, one, he has the big puffy pants which can't fit around his tiger waist, so he's not like completely bare underneath when he de-transforms, and also the thingy around him is so when he does de-transform, he has something to cover himself with. So it's like there's that practicality aspect to it when sort of designing him. I made him emo because I wanted to. Like, and everything else just has to do with things like, okay, so he's like tiger based and he's a cleric, so I'm gonna add aspect of his
Wait, Zach, big question. Mouse is right. If a tiger like wore pants, how would he wear them? Like, where does his tail go? Does he have a tail slot?
I haven't thought about that, but probably
is his asshole just out?
These are hard pie pants. His asshole's not just out, but it probably either like so sit down a bit, or no, I guess he would have like a hole. Like, he's lived with this for a minute.
You could have like a flap or something.
For shitting.
Yeah. Basically, he's a flap that like comes loose, like for his tail to come out.
Yeah, definitely. It could also just be one of those things where he wriggled his tail in his pants.
It could. Oh, you know how like male pants, like male pajama pants, have like a slit for the crotch. Like, you could have like a slit in the back, but like it like basically it remains closed, but he can slide his tail out of there.
Yeah, he can just slip that bad boy out. Tiger feet. One thing that I can't get around though is the fact that one, I wanted him to have that jacket, because initially when I was making Elias, when he was still just Tiger Man, I had envisioned him in a sort of
modern setting
with like leather jackets or denim jackets and shit like that, but I couldn't have that in fantasy, so
That Sush, when he wanted to make a cowboy character, we jokingly said like he was like, I need to have jeans. I'm like, I'm sorry, denim didn't exist. He's like, but I need the jeans. I like it to complete the cowboy look. I was like, okay, then you could be the inventor of jeans. That could be your goal to invent denim.
Oh yeah, Elias is a super cool name. Isn't that right, Mouse? Elias is such a good name. Mouse agrees. Mouse knows as well. Like, Mouse... Tell him how good Elias is.
I was the one that vetted for Elias, because I liked the name.
I also like the name Elias, though. I think it's a very nice name, which is why I gave it to him.
I understand Elias and Jonah.
Jonah was never a serious option.
No, you said you liked Jonah!
I did like Jonah, but,
Actually, it was a serious option. You know why? Because you decided by a coin flip, so it was a serious option.
Did I? Was Jonah one of
Yeah.
them?
Yep, it was Jonah and Elias, and you decided via coin flip.
Well, it was very definitely fueled by wanting to annoy Mouse. So,
As are all your decisions.
this is true. As known.
Oh, what's your canvas size, Zach? The thing is,
7,000
canvas
by
size
7,000 usually.
canvas sizes vary greatly. Like I have a mutual that draws explicitly on small canvases, and that's why he never has any prints and stuff. But he enjoys drawing on small canvases because he likes the way that the brushes look on a small canvas. So it really it varies depending on your personal like taste. I always like my canvas sizes are at like 600 DPI, and they're usually at 8.5 by 11 or like 9 by 12 because I always try to think about them being prints. So I design my compositions and everything around the idea of them being prints. Yeah, my canvases are freaking huge.
Yeah, I usually start out with like 7,000 by 7,000, and then if I need to increase or decrease it or crop it or whatever, then I I do that. If I'm drawing specifically for a print, then I'll get like the proper sizes and all that in order. But usually, I draw in like I feel like 7,000 by 7,000 is fairly large. Or at least like decently large enough that if I did want to do print, I could do like smaller prints or something. Like not poster size, of course, but like.
I need to see real quick like what my canvas sizes are in pixels. I always work with inches.
Oh yeah, and then like the usual setting of like 300 DPI.
Yeah, I do 600
I might have
DPI.
600.
We'll use 900 by 900. That's a little small, but like I said, if it works for you, that's fine.
Yeah, I have 600 DPI on. Yeah, I usually like so for example, like with the sketch, I started out really like tiny, and then I just like increased his size. It's not about your face, Archeon. That just is not hitting. Like you aren't my boy. You aren't the kind boy that I know. Who are you?
Okay, my computer is doing that weird thing again, so I'm actually gonna be right back.
Okay. I think it's sharp chin. Let me see these ones. Look at his beautiful boy face.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, that issue transcends to everything, so when I open up Photoshop, like, when I would click on the drop-down menu, it was just like a really skinny but long, like as in like tall, drop-down thing with no text. Very weird.
Very weird.
Anyways, now I can see.
The only time you need to be concerned about sizes is if you want to ever print.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, like, my standard canvas size, which is 8.5 by 11 inches at 600 DPI, is still smaller than Zach's canvas size, because this is 5100 by 6600 pixels. So yeah, like, and all my like print like quality pieces are at that size. Okay, oh, this one's 12 by 14.5 inches. That's interesting. So that's like 7200 by 8700. Why is it this size? 12 by 14.5. I think I was trying to keep a particular aspect ratio. I was trying to keep the 9 by 12 aspect ratio, but not make it smaller. So I just made it bigger.
Just gonna leave you without a nose for now, my boy.
I see. But I mean, like, yeah, yours are only for school assignments. So I don't think they care that much about poster printing.
Yeah, usually for school assignments, I use the standards, like, thingy size, like, paper sizes, so I can get accurate measurements onto my canvases. You know how it be, Mousy.
Yeah, there was this one that I did that originally was like a square was like 10 by 10 inches, but then I made it 10.5 by, this is a really ugly number, it's 10.5 by 13.588, and that's because the reason is because I didn't want to make it smaller, but I wanted to have the aspect ratio of it being 9 by 12 because once again print. But that's, yeah, 6300 by 8153 pixels, a really ugly number, but I cared about the aspect ratio.
I think my perception of time is non-existent.
I got my first tablet when I was 2013, so when I was 15 or 16, I think it was my 15th birthday when I got it. Because my friend gave me their tablet. And then I had that tablet until I was 18, and then I got my current tablet.
My perception of time again is just warped to hell and back. I think I was around the same age. I don't know though. It is Pokemon music. Ami? I cook Diego with this one.
How large are your like drawing files usually?
Mine?
Yeah, not like canvas size, but as in like a file itself.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. Let me see. So something like my reference drawings for Elias, probably gonna be super large because there's so many layers. But let's see, for example, like the painting I did of him.
Mm-hmm.
197 megabytes
The painting? Okay.
for the painting.
So the what's like a name any of my like drawings, just like name one and I'll look at the file size for it.
Angel Beach Lady.
Angel, so like the angel you like with the
Yes.
on the clouds. So that one, it used to be like 493 megabytes, but so usually because I preserve things, like I preserve the sketches and like the older versions and stuff, but I was really tired of the file being so freaking large, so I deleted a bunch of like excess stuff and it's still 334 megabytes.
That's a big bitch.
Because my files be huge, I'm saying. Like the eclipse drawing that I'm doing. Oh my god! That's 507 megabytes!
That's a lot. I'm so sorry for your computer.
It's okay, I have Dropbox Premium, so I have 2 terabytes of space and I haven't even used a single I haven't even used like 100 gigabytes yet. I'm at 83 gigabytes out of my 2 terabytes. Wow, as of 507 megabytes, I had no idea it was so huge. And then, you know the crow guy? He's 398. I also didn't know he was so big either. Why are they so big? I mean, I know exactly why they're so big, but I'd be using textures and a lot of colors, and that just adds to the data.
Yeah. Also, Mouse, Magnus Archives. When you said it was big, you can't see me. I'm making like a stupid face right now. I can't like make a stupid face and like turning my head. Mouse, you know what? You know my expressions. You know me. Use your imagination.
Yeah, I'd say on average, my stuff is probably 250 megabytes on average. So that's like, you know, most of my paintings are that much. A big boy is gonna be over 300.
Yeah, I don't really have local artist friends. I barely have local friends, let's be real here.
Yeah.
my local friend is Mouse, who lives all the way in Hungary.
Who lives like freaking, how much is that? Like 8 plus 6 hours or something away? 14 hours away?
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, Zach wants to go to school for animation.
I do.
I'm not going to an art school, but I'm studying studio art and art history at a school for science. I say school for science, it's a CS school. So, like, that's what they, like, what is it, excel at? It's like the 14th best or something. Computer science school in the States, but I went in for biology, of course.
And then you switched majors to art.
Yeah, and it was too late to go to another university at that point. So, an art school is something like MICA or like RISD or SCAD or CalArts. But there's tons of universities where you can study art, but you know it's not technically an art school.
It's not
but you're
oriented.
gonna be saving a lot of money.
I can't do that, for example, because I specifically want to go into animation, and it's kind of hard to find animation courses in non-animation specific schools. So I have to like die.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, you could just do art as a hobby," but I was like, "Nah, mom," and then she was disappointed. But like she acknowledges my skill. Like I used to have do traditional painting classes. I'm so glad I didn't do one this semester because Corona. But like whenever I would bring my paintings home, my mom would like be like, "Yeah, that's good." Like she acknowledges how good my work is. She just is still disappointed.
Yeah, I want to go to France. I say want to.
She has no other choice but to go to France because French colleges are just big cheap.
Big, like, they're not big cheap. They're cheaper.
Okay, you say the thing is, if any less than that is like
I
you
know.
it's
But listen,
free, essentially.
listen. I am a simple Macedonets. I do not know the
Basically,
big money.
the French schools that she looked at, like, are basically the cost for a year is the same as the cost for each semester at like any other school she looked at. So it's basically half the price for the entire program. And not even, actually, it's less than half the price because in the French schools you're only doing 3 years while the other ones are doing 4 years.
Yeah. You can choose to do extra, but like...
Doing the additional 2 years after that is for your master's, but you're not trying to get a master's.
Yeah, I'm just trying to live, bro. Trying to get a job in animation, in some aspect, even if it's just like fucking writing. I don't mind being in a writing room. I love writing. Writing is great, except I'm bad at words.
Peppa Pig school is about 14 to 15,000 for an international student a semester. No, not a semester, my bad, a year. But the two French, so that's but the French school she looked at, one of them was 7,000 a year, and the other one was 8,000 a year. So that's literally half the price.
The first year is 7,000, and then everything after.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's only an additional 1,000 afterwards. It's still half the price essentially. No, pounds. 15,000 pounds. British pounds.
British pounds.
So basically, it's called University of Creative Arts, UCA, and so there's multiple locations, but the one she was looking at is Farnham in the UK. But the creator of Peppa Pig graduated from there, so that's why we called it the Peppa Pig School.
And the thing is, if I was a domestic student, it would not be that bad.
It would be like 9,000 or something.
But since I'm international student, they said fuck your rights. If we were part of the EU, I could have had some rights. No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Literally, if your mom was like, "Yeah, let's move to Serbia," you'd have some rights.
Why didn't we go to Serbia? I know why, but why?
It sucks here, it's getting worse. Buddha and Kasht.
Isn't that the one thing you grind up mince in?
Mortar and pestle, I'll tell you. Wow.
Whoa.
Your laugh.
Wow. I see you are the homosexual.
Home of the sexuals.
Boca de la coca. Dentro para dentro.
Scope and yeah.
La boca de la coca. Oh yeah, I remember that one. And it's like even though they have like canonical voices, like proper voices, they still sing in the
Hello,
Isella.
I was like, oh, how do you say this? The J threw me off.
You are but a simple American, it is okay. This leg is a little funky.
Macedonia is not worth visiting, actually.
No!
What? I don't even visit there, but I want to see Zach, so...
But you have ulterior motives, which is me.
Serotonin.
A serotonin.
I miss Sarah.
Who the fuck is Sarah?
I wish I knew. She's gone.
Who the fuck is Dale?
Dale. The fuck is Dale? And like, it's also bogus that literally going to Macedonia versus going to Serbia is like an additional $400.
Macedonia can be pretty, Mouse. Don't get me wrong. Macedonia can actually be very beautiful. But as a resident of Macedonia, I cannot recommend.
Oh yeah, it might be a good place to visit like once in your life, but
Just
not
to get it off the bucket list.
but not an extended period of time.
Yes.
All those people from those videos of what to do in Macedonia, they're smiling like there's a gun to their head.
I'm surprised when people are like, I super enjoy coming to Macedonia. Like sometimes like they're tourists here and they're like, oh yes, this is my.
I think maybe it's like because people coming from outside are like, you know, in comparison, they have the money, they can do whatever they want. But if you're living in your country, you're suffering.
That's true.
Because like I said, if I come into your country, I'm balling. I can do everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm basically the 1%.
You're the one texting me, Big Dick is back in town or whatever the fuck that tweet is.
It's Daddy Long Dick is landed or something.
That's about to be you when you
Daddy Long Dick's landed in freaking Skopje.
But that's if Mouse is free during the summer. If not, then it's Daddy
Still be
Long Dick
landing
is...
there.
No, you're coming to
Yes.
Istanbul. No?
I can't remember what I'm doing. No, I am coming there. I am, because I told you that if Mouse can't make it, then I'll just delay the trip to a later point, and that one Polish airline is selling tickets for mad cheap.
I see.
Yeah, so I will be going to Macedonia.
Yes, you're right. You're right, Mouse. You're right, Mouse. You are 100% right. Correct.
What is Faradenza?
Haha, Faradenza. La boca de la boca. Do you remember Little Big?
I never forgot Little Big.
How could you? Yeah, they have a.
Could I? Because you mentioned them every single day since you remembered them.
Skiro Papa.
The music video for what? Faradenza? Because I've watched 2 music videos already. I don't know which one I like Faradenza is.
I will show you Faradenza. Also, you live in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Isela? Is that what? Yeah, Isela. Faradenza. I wrote Demza.
Mouse, do you not trust me that I will watch it? Why would I ask for it?
Because when I gave you another Little Big thing, you're like, I had enough.
Oh my god, YouTube keeps giving this to me. I've actively avoided this. Literally, when they gave me this video, when they gave me this video, I literally tagged, don't give me this channel anymore. Like, I clicked on that because I was tired of seeing it.
You were tired of seeing Little Big, but you can never not have enough Little Big. I don't know the words that came out of my mouth right now. My point is, Little Big, funny, haha, music make me lose control.
Music makes you lose control. But yeah, basically another reason I wanted to go to Macedonia anyway is just because so if I met you in Macedonia, like, you would pick me up from the airport and you would drop me off at the airport. I just don't want to complicate that by having to, like, you know, do things. I say I do things on my own. Like, I could do things on my own, but like,
yeah, no,
in a foreign country, yeah, it gets a little complicated, like having to get to the airport and like waiting there and all that stuff.
I haven't even met you and I haven't even seen you off at the airport, but it makes me sad.
Wow, you already don't want to say goodbye.
Yes. What if Yugoslavia was still a thing? Just kidding. Haha. Unless. Listen, I saw every time like Bosnia Herzegovina is mentioned, I can never like remember like I feel weird saying what Herzegovina. Is that how the Americans say? Because I want to go Herzegovina. like every
I'm
other.
gonna be honest, I never even hear the second half. I always ever just hear Bosnia.
And Herzegovina. Anytime
No one
someone
ever
just
mentions that
says
part.
anyone just says Bosnia, I'm like, where was that? Wait, where was Bosnia? But if you say Bosnia Herzegovina, I'll be like, oh yes, I'm aware.
All you're doing is missing the second half. How do you forget?
I don't know, because it's like not the full name. It's like if someone was gonna be like, oh, do you know Za? And I'm like, who the fuck is Za? But if they're like, oh, do you know Zareen? I'll be like, yes, I know Zareen.
But it's not like I don't think that's the same because Za could be many things, but Bosnia is like such a specific thing.
But I'm saying that's what my brain processes it as.
Do you know Za? Yeah, Zach.
Or it's like, do you know Apex?
Yeah, Apex Legends.
Well, yes, but it's like if someone random was to just be like, oh, Apex, and I'm like, Predator?
But there's conclusions your mind can make that are like, that are still pretty specific.
I know, but I'm saying I still forget. I just go, haha, if it's not in Herzegovina, I don't know her. Macedonian is not my first language, so I don't have an accent. Thank God. If Macedonian was my first language, I think I'd throw myself.
No, you wouldn't, because you would know it and you wouldn't struggle in the Macedonian class.
Maybe if I knew Macedonian, I wouldn't want to throw myself so often.
That's what I'm saying.
Ugh, the struggles of being a Slav. No, that's not true. Even the Macedonians struggle in Macedonian. Oh, Hungaria. Don't make us go into the nationalist thing again, Mouse. Nationalist sodas.
No, you can't, because you're matching with me and you'd break it.
But I changed back. Like,
You'd break our match?
To harass Mouse? Temporarily, yes. Again.
Listen, what if Mouse isn't harassed? You're doing it for what?
Mouse not being harassed? There at least has to be an attempt. Come on, we can't let the rodent live.
No, Mouse, don't do it. You're playing into her trap. She wants this.
Mouse. We've been over this. Every country belongs to the glorious South-Slavic and Hellenic, non-Alexandrian former Yugoslav Democratic Republic of Upper Yugoslav occupied Macedonia, Skopje. Everyone knows this. Okay, no, you're right, Mouse. I couldn't do that to Ali.
Yeah, Ali, so we have a person, our friend group, who's Romanian also, and, like, so Mouse and him would, like, jokingly get super nationalistic and, like, literally just, like, yes, and, like, act as literally, like, such a strong patriot for their country.
I personally, like, dislike Macedonia. It's a shit place. I don't like it. It's I've faced discrimination every day, but just by living here. I don't know how to draw wings. I'm just gonna do this at some other point in time. That's fine. But like whenever like Mouse and I or whatever just like start talking, it's so fun to just pretend for just a moment that perhaps he was nice. Or not pretend, but just poke fun at, like, the actual nationalists of, like, the country. Because, you know, it's ridiculous how actually patriotic they are. No, I get you, Ellie. Like, for example, like, I'm Australian, but I'm not, like, yeah, like, I'm not, like, Aussie. I'm Slav/Asian. What's going on with this one? But oh, I see.
There's also like, wait, go down a little bit. Oh, maybe you already saw it. I forgot because there's a delay. I was literally about to point out the exact thing, but you saw it already. I forgot about the stream delay.
Yeah. You've got to be fucking kidding me. What's up with you now? Oh, I see. Is there anything else that I should know about? Okay, great.
I literally almost called you AJ. That's why I like stared at your name for so long before Zach just said it.
It is okay. So my mother's name's Sanya, but like Ozzy used to be like Sanja? And then like it's like, bro.
I know about like you know Sonya only for the fact I had a friend named Sonia, but it was spelled with a J, so. Elderly. That's what Andy and I call it.
Mouse does not bring up the Treaty of Trianon. And by let's not bring up, I mean I will always bring it up.
I just love Mouse's reaction to elderly. So Andy said at one time and it killed me that he's like, why y'all fighting over the elderly?
Это школа глупости. We love nationalists. They are funny. Unironically made a Trianon comment. That's kind of that's kind of cringe, bro. Not gonna lie. That's a little cringe. Technically, I'm Serbian. I saw. Technically. But technically I'm also a lot of things. So, Mr. Worldwide. Like my current last name's Serbian. Or, you know, part of it. I have no clue what that song is, AJ.
I also don't know what that song is. Ooh, some more people simping for me.
As they should.
No.
As they should. I just hope they know they will never get. I did like the opposite of simping.
How? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, like, I actively went out of my way not to. As like, when, like, I say a few months ago, wow, it's been a minute, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's been
Around
almost
this
7
time-
months.
Around this time last year, I was in denial. Around this time last year, we broke up with that. Wow, it's been a minute.
It wasn't around this time, like, it was literally last month.
It was last month, but I mean, like, around this time this year, we were playing Stardew Valley and being homos.
Yeah.
Gnipmis? Oh. I was like, what the fuck? And then I just realized he wrote it just backwards. Ah, Rachel, I this is the Slav experience. I always hate when I'm like playing video games or whatever, which is almost always. But then there's like someone who's like, haha, where are you from? And then you're like, haha, and I say, well, I'm in Macedonia. And then they start like with their stupid shit like, oh, blah blah, superior, blah blah blah, Serbia or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like, bro, we are in the same shithole, whether you be a little north than I or I be a little more south than you. We are in the same hellscape. Why fight? Why? Like, oh, you live in a place that is as equally shitty but northern to me? Wow. The jealousy I have. But it's like we're like aren't we supposed to be unified by the fact that we're like Slavs or whatever the hell? Or that we're on the Balkan? It's like, hey, a neighbor. How nice.
I need my birds to stop talking, so just put my hands in front of the cage, and they were like, okay. Very cute, but I need them to shh. I need you to shh.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm, like, only half Slav. And even, like, I'm not, like, Australian, but, like, I was born there. So, if I do see another Aussie out in the wild, I'm like, oh. Hey, bro.
One of the very loose connections you had with Andre.
Yeah. Like, he was like, oh, I'm Aussie. And I was like, oh, that's, you know, great. I'm mate. I don't know, maybe that's just me, where I, like, even on the, like, loosest base of connection, I'm like, okay, that's fun. You know, that's neat. We can be bros for, like, 2 seconds.
Well,
like,
to the extent of it, because he dished his ass.
That's true. But I mean, like, even in video games or whatever, it's like where I know someone for just a single match, you know? And they'll be like, haha, brother, kind of thing, where it's like...
Because you guys gotta unite over the small things.
Yeah. But that's what I mean, it's like, why... why be divided? What do you mean by, like, the locals? Because, like, most of them suck. Oh, thank you, Isla. This is just my foundations before I blend. I really just, like, gave up on the wings because I wanted to paint the face so bad.
I know the feel.
It's like, I'll just come back to those later, like, when I paint it. I'll just, you know. Yeah, like what Mouse said, it's just, like, sort of, like, the sense of, I guess, familiarity, or, like, oh, kaka, I'm also that, kind of a thing. Fucking poggers, mate. One thing I will say, like, where I live at the moment, and I'm really very, like, specifically where I live at the moment, when I look outside my window, I see the mountains, and it's beautiful. I love it. Macedonia is beautiful sometimes. Who would have thunk it? Who would have made us think about it? And the clouds in the distance were also beautiful along the mountain. The other mountain. Because there's many.
I hate the wind because, like, even, especially that's one of the reasons I like having my hair short now. But it's getting to the point where, like, it doesn't help, but, like, I hate hair blowing in my face because of the wind, and that's why, like, every time I have my hair styled or something and I'm in the car, I'm like, no one open a window. I will kill you if you open a window.
I
like
the wind.
And when my hair is short, that's not an issue, but, like, it's to the point now where it's like 2/3 down my neck, so definitely if, like, it will be affected by the wind, it will still get in my face.
I love the wind.
It depends. Like, if my hair is tied, I don't mind it. But usually my hair isn't tied, so I die.
No, my hair could be loose, long, short, tied, whatever. I love the wind. I love feeling it on my face.
And the only time I like the wind is like a mild breeze on like a warm day. But, you know, if it's a cold day and it's windy, die.
No, I love the wind. I love big wind.
I love that we're opposites when it comes to weather. Like, you love the cold, and I hate the cold.
And I love rain. And I like thunderstorms.
See, the reason I used to like rain as a kid, but I don't anymore because every single time it decides to rain, I have plans to go out that day. And those plans can't be changed, so we just have to be in the rain. The entirety of my high school and like the first 2 years of college, every time I went to DC, every single time I was like, yeah, let's go to DC this weekend, it would rain every single time.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's why I hate the rain.
You have personal beef against the rain.
Yeah. That's personal beef against me.
Apparently so.
DC, so District of Columbia, that's the capital of the United States of America, but it's like a small little square that borders Virginia and Maryland, and it's 40 minutes from where I live, but it's literally the capital. But yeah, there's lots to do, lots to do there. I go there a lot for, the museums or, concerts. There's lots of concerts that are hosted there because there's a lot of venues. And yeah, mostly art museums because I love museums, and that's why I'm studying art history. So.
Yes, Serena's a little nerd.
So are you. Stop calling me nerd.
But it is fact, no? That's what I thought.
One time it rained so heavily while I was on campus, so heavily, like literally being outside felt like I was standing underneath a waterfall. Like it was literally pouring like huge clumps of water on me, and it killed my laptop. My laptop was entirely fried.
No,
but the thing is, I had warranty on it, so they were able to repair it. But like the last 2 weeks of school, I just basically had to go home every single day from then I lived on campus, so I had to go home every day because we didn't have a computer to work on.
That's sad.
Yeah, but because of that, so that was my freshman year. Because of that, I was like, oh, I can deal with commuting. Because I commuted those last 2 weeks. Commuting sucked ass. I was depressed my sophomore year of college because not only did I have to commute, my schedule was just so incompatible with commuting because so we have very strict hours where the bus arrives on campus. So the two buses I could take, one would either arrive an hour and a half before my class, or the other one would arrive 30 minutes into my class. So that means I had to take the one that came before. So I was already an hour. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. and I was on campus an hour and a half before my class. And then on Tuesdays I had a lab, and the lab ended at 7 p.m. The second to last bus left at 5:10 p.m. and the bus after that left at 8:25, so I had to wait an additional hour and a half, and I would get home at 9:30 essentially, 9:30 p.m. And to make things worse, so this was apparent throughout my entire week, but especially on Tuesdays, between every class I had an hour to 2 hours in between. So basically I was at camp, I was at school the whole day, and so much of my time was just wasted, and that's the main reason I was so sad, because of all my wasted time.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this, because usually I'd be in call with you, in between those thingies, but, it feels the fact that, it's just so much just waiting around.
No, but see, you met me after I was, never again, so I fixed all that. But, you didn't know me at my... I know, but, yeah, I know, but it was manageable because at least then I'm okay, I can realistically eat during this time, or I only have to wait a little bit. It wasn't it was only a little bit at the end. But back then, between every class, imagine between this semester, remember how we I tried to talk to you every minute, but I usually only
Bye, Scylla.
Bye, Scylla. But you know how during the first half, so before I'm actually waiting to go home, I try to sneak in messages to you because I only have 5 minutes to talk to you. That's because I have 15 minutes between every class, and it usually takes 5 to 10 minutes to get to class. So I don't have a long window at all. So that's why like the first half of the day I barely get to talk to you. But in sophomore year, but like, you know, between every class I had an hour to 2 hours. So and I didn't bring my laptop to school because none of my classes needed a laptop, and it was also like kind of bulky. I didn't like carrying my laptop around, and also the risk of it dying again like the first time. Yeah, but because of that, like I was just waiting. All I could do was wait, and it was like tragic. And that was it. And the thing was, I was ahead of my work too, so it's not like I could do anything productive during my time. I just had to wait.
Yeah, that sucks.
And yeah, that's when I told I was talking to my dad. I started crying because I was just so overwhelmed, and I hated school and everything. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of school. So I was miserable.
That's so funny.
And also that semester I didn't really have like, you know, great art classes either. Like one of my art classes, was it this semester? Let's see. Yeah, one of my art classes just took up so much of my time. I took sculpture for 2 years, and the first time I took sculpture, that class took up a lot of my time, and that was the one that, remember the project I was talking about where I like had to get the mirrors, and that just took so many attempts. That was the same semester as that, and the semester after that was another sculpture class, and since I was living off campus, I had to it cost me so much money, like because my dad had to keep coming like to campus to help me with stuff, because like I was making one of the projects involved like making something that was at least as tall as you were, so like it had to be life size or larger, and I couldn't do it on my own, so my dad had to keep coming in to help me. And like parking on my campus is so expensive. Parking, materials, all that alone, that project cost me like $500.
Crikey. That's sick.
Yeah.
But
imagine having to spend $500 for an assignment. I mean, I got an A on it, but it was just sad that I had to spend that much money and all that time.
Yeah, that's big nasty though.
But my professor loved me. I was a good student. Like everyone the thing is everyone was falling behind, and the only reason he didn't extend the project deadline was because I was like, I can't get anything less than an A. So I spent all my time. See, good thing you didn't know me before, like literally any semester before I met you, because of all my time went to school.
Damn.
You think I'm a nerd now. You don't even know.
I know you're a nerd. From past things and present things, you are a nerd.
And there was this one exam I had, my professor did not specify what is going to be on there and what is not. He just said like, yeah, these are the works that we've covered in class. And every now and then he would say like, pay extra attention to this one. But when we had exams, sometimes none of those would even show up. So I'm like, okay, I can't trust this guy. So I spent a whole day memorizing 512 different artworks and artists. And like, just that way I knew everything. I was on my toes. He could not pull a fast one on me.
Exhibit a million.
Yeah, that was the same professor that emailed the Department of Art History, and he emailed them, and then they emailed me back saying, so this professor was like, you're really good at art history, so you should get a major or minor. So I was like, okay, I will. But yeah, so I'm just so glad school's almost over, because it was quite horrible for the first half.
Yeah, that does sound awful.
No, actually my freshman year was really great, because I somehow, so I lived on campus, of course, and that already makes it so much better, because I don't have to deal with the commute. I could just be there, and like if I'm tired, like one of the things I remember doing, I had a roommate, she was like a huge gamer girl, but one time I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. and she was playing League of Legends. I woke up at like 7:30 or 7:50 a.m. or something, and she was still playing League of Legends. And my lecture was an hour long. I came back at 9 a.m. She was still playing League of Legends. But I didn't have
like a group of people is so like, you just get sucked into it, and then next thing you know, you guys have been playing for 2 days straight.
But the thing though is, because I lived on campus and because all my classes were so close to my resident hall, like even if I had an hour between classes, I could just go back to my dorm and sleep. It was so nice.
I feel like when I'm gonna start like college, I will die simply because the temptation of not taking care of myself is like right there.
I won't let that happen.
You underestimate my abilities.
You underestimate my ability to care.
Aw, you're cute. I'm both excited but also kind of nervous. About like, you know, college and shit like that, because on one hand, I'm gonna be doing something I love, but on the other hand, the thing that I love is animation.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like torture, but for fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I love animation. It's so.
I mean,
taxing.
Based on everything, you hate the process, but you love the outcome.
No, I love the process actually, and
I hate the process of some things.
Okay, I hate line art. I like animating. I enjoy solving the
sketch
problem.
process.
Of, you know, how things flow and yada yada, and to make them go move, and it's like, hee hee, I made it to move. But
yeah, you're gonna have to make up with line art because you need to do that.
I don't know how to make it look nice and not wobbly. It makes me angry. And like, yeah, you guys will be like, "Oh, but like it looks fine," but like to me it doesn't. And I don't know if that's just because I'm being too critical or if there's actual
I think you
problems.
I think you are. So hopefully that's something your professors you for.
Or they'll be like, "No, you're right," and then validate me, and then I'll be like, "You see?"
Well, if that's the case, then if that's the case, then it's something you're gonna have to be like you're gonna be in the position to have to fix it. So.
I just want to know how.
I'm sure you'll learn.
Disgusting.
I'm excited to live a life free from academic burdens. I can't wait to be done with college. And also, I'm done with college without a single cent of debt. Delicious.
Oh, that is not gonna be me.
I'm sorry.
Can't wait for that doozy. God, I hate money.
You can't hate what you don't have.
Wow, really came from my wallet. I understand. But yes, I can. I can very much hate what I don't have.
Yeah, you can. I was just trying to jab you.
To be fair, that was an excellent jab.
Mm-hmm. You know me. Quick thinker.
Comedy.
Witty like that. No.
You're adorable.
Stop.
No. Never.
Or if I ask you to.
Then I will reluctantly say yes, but...
Nice.
But only if you meant it.
Okay, I don't though, so.
Chimona.
Hoo-hoo.
Oh, we still didn't finish Aoki, but I keep getting annoyed at it.
Yeah.
Aoki, give me my rights. Please.
Next time we have our final day, let's do Aoki.
I mean, we can't. Like, I also have to eat. Like, how would that work?
No, I mean like on this day of, not like as you're eating.
Fire Noodle Challenge, we're also playing Aoki. Kyoso. What? What is it? I've never heard. We still need to watch B and A.
Let me make a letterbox list for shows and stuff we, as in you and I, need to watch together.
Kipo.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that right now. I'll create a list.
Do you wanna watch Thingy tonight? Lesbian
Which
Netflix
one?
movie.
We'll have to do that soon because, like I said, 10 p.m. John Wick 2.
What do you mean soon?
I guess anytime before you go to sleep. So.
Yeah, we have like a big like time span for that.
Okay. What do you want to call our list of things we need to watch together? I'm gonna say
Showtime.
Haha. Freaking E-dates with Zach, like shit.
Wow. Levy, this
E-dates.
is just some Pokemon music. It's N's farewell. I loved N. He was great. Loved his character design. I mean, I just like his hair. I don't like. I feel like that's the only reason why I like him. Like his hair was just very sexy, and that like shade of green was very nice. And I can't wait to start doing like animation things properly. But like, I also don't want to. The duality of an animator. Thing is, I like illustration, and it's technically what I enjoy doing like a lot of, and I do a fair amount of it. But I do want to like start like pulling away from it, not necessarily like entirely, because you know I still need to know how to draw, but just enough so I can actually properly dedicate my life to animating.
Okay, so there's a website called Tracked, which is for tracking shows and stuff. And why do they need to know my gender?
They just do, apparently.
Interesting. Okay, interesting.
It might be like people who share your gender or whatever like TV shows, so
Women like to watch.
people who share your gender. Hee.
I don't have Disney Plus, but I'm thinking about getting it.
My friend was legit like, if you want a Disney Plus, like, hit me up. And I'm like, girl. I swear to God, why does it keep going to the bucket? I'm gonna lose my mind. Stop. I don't even feel like I'm pressing it. Anyway. Oh, we have not moved from what episode 1?
Yeah, we have not watched anymore since episode 1.
We should though. But like yesterday, we were in like voice chat for the most part, and then today occupied with this. I don't know if you could add shows there like Fantasy High, but like Fantasy High.
Okay, I'm gonna create a list once again. E-dates.
Oh, I can't wait for Zareen to experience what was episode 2.
Oh my gosh.
That shit, I was like, what? Wait, what? Huh? Especially after the, you know.
Oh, this is like. Can I add some?
Ali's roll when they rolled for the thing. When they asked, oh, if I, you know.
Okay, Kipo. Nice.
That role is so amazing. But also, there was another role, I think by, I think it was for Ritz, where he also rolled something crazy in like the big box.
What the heck is a Tangled show called? Is it Tangled
Ever After or something?
Is it Before Ever After? Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
That's what it looks like. Okay. What other shows do you want to watch with me?
I know Fabian did do that, but I'm pretty sure Ritz also like had like a big boy role that was like
Oh, nice. Anohana. Let's add that.
oh, why do you hate me?
Oh, that's the movie. No, I just want to watch the show. BNA. Nice.
Ritz got gagged.
Let me add Promare to the letterbox. I don't think it's in there. Oh. Thank you.
Wow, look at my boy's face. I love him. I am great brain. I don't know why I in my head I was like, haha, Ritz.
You also need to watch The Hollow Season 1 so we can watch Season 2 together.
The Hollow?
The animation one on Netflix. The 3 kids.
Oh, yeah. There was a horror movie that I kind of want to watch with you because it was really, 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 really stupid and I hate it. But because of that, I kind of want to watch it with you. And it's also called like The Hollows or something.
Let's see.
I actually really don't like slice of life.
Is it the 2015 movie called The Hollow? A British movie?
Send it.
Okay. Oh my god, there's 2 different ones. There's one that has a 3.6 rating.
Probably
and
not.
one that has a 5.7 rating. Does it have a fire monster?
Just send it. I really can't like gauge. Just better
Okay.
ratings.
Yeah, there's this one. Oh, files too powerful. There's this one with this album, the album cover, poster cover kind of thing. Is that the one?
Other? I don't know. I don't. Actually, maybe. Listen, I'll look into it later.
Yeah, they have the same exact title, but they're completely different movies.
I very much like high fantasy things, but even then, I don't like anime high fantasy because it feels like Sword Art Online, and I'm like, I don't like this. I have like very specific tastes.
There's one, Made in Abyss. We've talked about it before. I really want you to watch that, so I'm gonna add that.
Like I enjoy interesting like world building and interesting character.
The world
dynamics.
building is so cool in Made in Abyss. I need you to see it.
And like things like, for example, Anohana, I would never watch, but
That's what I'm saying. See, you would not
but
watch
the girlfriend.
There's also that show, hold up, anime, it's about Somalia and the forest spirit, right, that's the one.
Is Mononoke on our thingy?
I think you said you don't know how that would translate to a group watch.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, it's like one of the good movies.
I could add it, yeah.
Ah, the wife. Gotta, give me like a... don't know. You know when like, because Matthew was like, haha, that was such a boomer comment. I'm trying to think, what's something a boomer would complain about their wife, even though it's like a completely normal thing.
I hate my wife.
I hate my wife. She's such a bitch. Haha, go clean the kitchen or something.
I hate my wife. She doesn't cut the crust off my sandwiches.
Wife's such an idiot. She thinks she's allowed into the living room.
My wife's such an idiot. She talked to me this morning. Can you believe her?
What? What a fucking bitch. The audacity. Oh, you did? Let's see. I love that. I love that. Yes. I quite enjoy that actually though. Just how everything's just like, Ceaseless Watcher, end this bitch. Ceaseless Watcher. Can we get an F in the chat? Ceaseless Watcher, that was such a pogger's move.
How does the site know exactly where I live? Down to the town. How do they know?
Location is turned on.
I understand this, but I didn't even see the option to say my location. They just had it.
We live
in a society.
Really makes you think.
Listen, I understand all of the tracking services that are out here, but I thought they would at least show me that they knew.
Or tell you.
Yeah, instead of just being like, yeah, we know where you live.
Oh yeah, wait, 1 second. There was blue in here. I don't know.
Let me look through my Netflix list. Things to watch. Also, like I said, I still haven't watched season 7 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So
no.
Yes, you know this. So yeah.
Season 7's only 13 episodes long. Makes me sad. Yeah, other seasons are longer.
Have you ever seen Seven Deadly Sins?
I don't want to.
I have no idea what it's about, I just keep seeing it.
I'm tired. Speaking of, I am actually like genuinely tired right now. So I think we've had long enough at this, mates. I think I'm gonna end now. I think this is an okay place to end, and I need to start working on commissions, but before that I wish to maybe like, I don't know, eat a slice of bread. What is my diet?
Another bread.
Just a single slice of bread.
No salami.
Maybe salami. We'll see. Maybe I'll treat myself. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining and being. I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.